All right, everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Steve, and we've been rebuilding this truck at a snail's pace in between work and free time. So one of the things that we're working on now with it is paint. And the most frustrating part about it is I've been painting it with a air paint gun, and I've been spraying some pretty thick industrial paint out of the gun. And it was doing okay, and then I just got to the point where I just got frustrated with the air paint gun. I'll show you. This is what I've been using, automotive paint gun, but it doesn't like the thick stuff. So this is what I bought. It is a Graco Magnum X5 True Airless. Okay, I did buy this locally from my Sherwin-Williams dealer down the street. They've been really good to me over there. Always super helpful. Always answering questions. And trust me, I have a lot of questions. Now, the guy told me for what I'm doing, this would probably be the best bang for my buck. So this thing was about, I think I paid like $4.50 for it. I don't even remember. I was just so happy to, get something that'll spray heavy oil enamels. They told me there's a ton of YouTube videos on this already for setup. He gave me like a crash course on how to prime it and everything and where to set the pressure. So we're not going to read the directions because that's kind of like what we do here. Because no one wants to sit there while I read the directions. The only thing I got to do before we start spraying this is it is so hot out today. This building expanded. And my buddy's building here, the light fell out. Just came down, and I don't know if the clips got hot or whatever, but 2 sections of the light fell out. So let me see if I can get up there with something, a ladder or something, put those back in, and then we'll start spraying. I've never had the lights fall down on me before. I've had people shut the lights off on me before and say get out of here, but never had the lights fall on me. Huh. That's it, it's primed. That was pretty easy. What I did was I just let it prime and circulate through that mineral spirits because we are spraying this oil-based paint even with not reading the directions. It was pretty simple. All right, so the next thing you're gonna wanna do, and I already did it in that little cup right there and I forgot to show you, is pull the trigger until you clear out the primer material, whether you're using mineral spirits or water for water-based paint. I did that. I started getting white now, so let's see. Oh, that's the ticket. That's the way to do it. Right on the tires. Little less pressure maybe. Oh yeah. I got it a little watery though. Oh, this thing is awesome. This is great. No noisy compressor. I thought this was gonna have crazy overspray, but it really don't. It's nice because I can hear myself think. Can't stand when the compressor's just going or whatever sound your compressor makes. So when you're out of paint, that's the sound it makes. Well, we're not out of paint. Not out of paint, it just can't suck it up. I'm gonna deal with that little bit of paint that's left, try to put in a smaller cup so it'll suck it off the bottom, but tomorrow we're gonna paint it black. Okay, it is raining out today. I'll put some more plastic on his pickup. I'll put another layer of plastic on his pickup. I think that should do the trick. I would say if you're gonna do this on like a garage floor, that he told me he doesn't care about it, but I do. It's not mine. He spills paint and stuff all over it. But I'm going to put a piece of plastic down because I did get some drops on the floor just from moving that hose in and out. You know, I got a little bit of white on the floor. Probably wear off real quick. It's not going to stick. But if you're gonna use one of these somewhere you don't want to get paint, I'd say put some plastic down. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. Okay, this is what I'm using. It's a protective, says protective and marine coatings. I got it at Sherwin-Williams. It's industrial enamel. I'm gonna stir it up here. So this stirring thing is good. That is all dry. It's probably got tons of layers on it from usage, but I just take it on the little drill and just lightly stir it up. Don't pull the trigger too much because it will fly out. You want to get to the bottom and stir up the stuff on the bottom. That's typically where the paint is with oil-based paint. The oil sits on the top. Then I'll just bring it up a little bit and then go back down. Sometimes switch reverse because it makes me feel good. So that right there, I'm gonna leave on the top because I didn't prime it correctly. So there's a little bit of the leftover stuff, but that was pretty easy. So you could probably prime this the right way. I don't particularly care, but that's just me. The right way would be to put that little primer that pukes the liquid back probably into another bucket. I just went back into there. It's just a little bit of mineral spirits. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we don't go. That's better. I increased the pressure. You can cover up your plugs if you want. I don't care. I'll clean them out if I have to. Once again, I'm not getting a lot of overspray. I really like this thing. The reason I'm not getting a lot of overspray is because there's no air. This is airless, so it just sprays the paint where you want it. That's my guess.
The reason I had the pressure down when I first started is because that's what the kid at the place told me to do. When I go back there to get more paint later, I'm going to give him some pointers because I doubt the salesmen spray this stuff. Probably going to have to buy another gallon. Because I'm putting it on thick. And I'm okay with that. I covered up the lift. We're gonna have to paint that when we get the truck down.
But look at this stuff. Nice. And don't worry about runs because this is just the chassis. You're trying to protect it, you know what I mean? You're not trying to do a show job on a tool truck, work truck. If this was like a show truck like Peterbilt or Kenworth going to a truck show, you would not be spraying with one of these. This is like industrial. So the company here locally that sold me that, the Sherwin-Williams, they said the company here locally that uses this the most paints dumpsters with this paint, and they spray it on. So far I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, I did the bottom of the cab. Pretty nice, huh? There's a little bit of dust up in the cracks that blew out, but don't worry about that. It just gets in the paint and makes the paint a little gritty. Yep. I just sent my son to go get some cleaner. Some extra cleaner because I think I'm gonna have to do some cleaning. I'm probably gonna have to go get some more paint. I got to assume it's running low. You gotta switch and get different angles because look at up in there. So I discovered you can turn this nozzle so the spray goes side to side or up and down. You just loosen up that collar right there. You loosen up that chrome collar, and then this orange bit turns. The only thing I would say is if they could make a swivel, because the hose is stiff, so to turn the hose, it wants to naturally go this way. So if they could make a swivel on the hose, that would be even better. Might as well get the oil pan while we're up in here, because those are famous for rotting out. Steering box. This paint is so thick, I'd hate to be the guy that has to work on this in the future. Wait a minute. That is me.
Cleaning it with that mineral spirits. I just ran my hand down the hose with a wet rag, you know, obviously with the rubber gloves on, and got everything off the hose. I ran a bunch of mineral spirits through it. The only thing I don't really like is the screen. I don't know if you can see in there. I don't want to pick it up again, but see that screen that they have at the bottom of the hose? I might just drop the hose in because I had like this much left in the bottom of the can and it wouldn't. I really wish I didn't touch that. I've been wearing rubber gloves this whole time and then I just touched that. It's tough being stupid. Where were we? Oh, that screen prevents you from sucking all of it off the bottom there. So what I'm gonna do is, I got this all soaking in the mineral spirits. I ran out. I'm gonna run real quick down the street to get some more, because I gotta clean this mess up. And I'll be honest with you, put plastic down. This does make a mess. I'm not a professional painter. Maybe somebody else will do a better job at it than me. But yeah, I'm not the best painter. I don't paint for a living, okay? I'll just paint my own stuff. However, this machine, I'm extremely happy with it. Didn't get as much overspray. Got a little back here, because I went a little nuts back here on the back of the truck. You know. And then I painted the back of the plate, even though the hitch isn't there. But that's okay, because we're going to just drill holes later and whatever. But at least we get it covered up and protected from moisture and rust. And then when I was cleaning out this thing, to be honest with you, it's kind of a pain to clean out, only because you need a big bucket and you need a lot to clean it out, because it's a long hose. It's not like the paint gun, you know, like, say you were cleaning this out. Forget the hose. Nothing goes through the hose but air. You're only cleaning out the cup and the tip. So it uses, these are so much easier to clean out. But you got to remember, this has paint all the way through that hose that you got to run mineral spirits through. That's a lot of mineral spirits to run through this thing. I probably should have got a bigger jug. I'm going to go see if they have a bigger jug and some bigger buckets, because I want to submerge that hose pretty good. And then you got to have another bucket to run, you know, to circle it through. And then what do you do with it? And then when you start painting with it, start cleaning it, you're spraying mineral spirits through there. You still have a whole bunch of paint in the hose, because when it stops sucking, it doesn't clear the hose. So when you go to put the mineral spirits in it to clean out the hose, you still have from the pump to the end of the hose worth of paint. So what I did was I didn't want to waste the paint or whatever, so I just kind of blew it on that cross member. And then what happens is all of a sudden you're blowing paint, and then all of a sudden, boom, out comes mineral spirits, and you get a little bit of a run. So definitely don't use this thing on like the cab, like finished paint job. For finished paint job, we will be using the actual Autobody gun. There's another brand new one right there. We'll be using that. But as far as like anything that you want to paint, like heavy industrial, and you don't care about runs, or if you're like me and you're not that great at painting heavy, thick stuff without runs, I'm good at painting automotive, not heavy industrial. I just kind of, it's not that I'm not good at it, I just don't care. I'm just trying to weather protect it. There's a bed going on top of here. I mean, you're never going to see any of this unless you crawl under my truck, which I hope no one gets under there, you know. That's enough rambling. Anyways, the Greco, I hope I'm saying it right. Greco Magnum X5 Airless, true Airless. I give it thumbs up. The frame is done. It's all painted. Every nook, every cranny with the enamel. I'm not gonna film it, but I am gonna wait like a week or two and put a second coat on. Why? Because why not?